traders, this is Cousin Vinny coming to you on Sunday the 16th with a game plan for the coming week. We have 1 week before Christmas, and I'm not thinking about doing too much, but let's go through it anyway. S&P 500, we talked about this trend that we were in, the Kumo. We talked about the point and figure levels, 1404, 1432. We came up, and on Wednesday we put in this almost a gravestone doji right up into the Kumo that we tested. The bears gained control, and we've seen 2 down days thus. I'm noting the volume is starting to taper off using these pivots here when we bottomed in November up to this pivot up here. We have fibs that the 127 extension was up here at this trend line, descending trend line that we didn't get up to test, and we have the 382 at 1393.83 or thereabouts. We had a TK cross, but it was underneath the Kumo, so it's somewhat weak. And if we watch the white line, this is Chiku, it's caught up in price and Kumo. Okay? Looking at sector performance, if we go out to the past 2 weeks, we started to see industrials and materials, as well as finance and utilities and healthcare get some action. In the last week, however, we saw a big boost in materials and also industrials. A number of you were trading U.S. steel. So let's take a look at the sectors. If you have free stock charts, you can look at the ETFs, industry components, and so forth up here at the top when you select your group of stocks you want to check out. In this particular case, it's ETFs, and I'm interested in materials. So I'm going to click on materials, and very quickly I'm just going to go through this group to see what is tradable. You can see patterns. ATI, Ball Corp, Bemis, CF Industries at Kumo, Cliff Natural. Obviously you could see some shorts and longs in these. Shorts where we're below Kumo or losing Kumo. Dow Chemical, we're above. Okay. Freeport McMoran had a nice bottom here. A number of you traded that in the room. FMC, got a nice flag here that I'm noting, and a crossover on the stochastics. MACD is pointing higher as well. Note international paper, nice double top here. An area to short, possible. Do we break higher? Hard to say. There's only like 1.5% short, 1.7, something like that. You'll have to check it out. Note where Chiku is. Nice ascending pattern here. Yeah, but this double top could break down, so that's something to consider. Monsanto, Newmont Mining, nice triple bottom here. Want to watch AUD, USD. If you're trading, you want to keep an eye on the AUD, USD, Australian dollar. We are overbought, and we're at the top of a pattern, so keep that in mind. Back to Newmont. So we had this triple bottom. We're somewhat oversold. I'd keep an eye on this one. Nucor, nice pattern, possible breakout here. Keep an eye on MACD, which isn't doing much, it's going sideways. Owens, Illinois. PPG, remember there's a lot of damage from Hurricane Sandy, so I'd look for this to continue its bullish move. I would wait for a better entry though, possibly the 20 MA. Or if it comes back to test this, we get a little oversold and it comes back to test this area here, or moves sideways and flags here. Okay, just note that it's stair-stepping higher, breaks higher, stair-stepping, so it's possible it's going to move sideways, and stochastics can get a negative divergence or a positive bullish divergence. Okay, So it's possible that stochastics can give us a bullish divergence. Can't speak this morning. Praxair, Sealed Air. Note where Sealed Air is. Oversold. And we're right on Kumo. Okay. Sherwin-Williams, super strong stock. Watching for these levels here. Oversold. Okay. We're sitting on top of Kumo. Look at this pattern. We had a TK cross here inside of Kumo. We had a test of the Kumo, and we've been off to the races. Sherwin-Williams. So will this continue higher? You have to think about the Hurricane Sandy damage. That's a possibility. But we have a double top for the most part here. So keep an eye on your point and figure levels on this one. We're sitting right on top of Kumo. Alright. Watch for TK to point higher. Sigma Aldridge. Vulcan Materials. Got a nice pattern here. Nice flag. Daily. Okay. We're drifting lower. We're not really moving that much lower. Maybe for a divergence play. A test of this here. Or the 20 period. Note where your volume at price is. And where your Kumo is. You can see this moving back down. I'll keep an eye on this one. And US Steel, which a number of you have traded in the room. Nice breakout. So for the most part, materials sector is looking pretty good. Will we get a continuation into the week? Hard to say. I mean, it's one more week before Christmas. I don't see any hedge fund managers trying to beat the market now. It's a little late to take on that kind of risk. So keep an eye on the caveats, which are Mr. Obama, President Obama, and Mr. Boehner talking about the fiscal cliff, and maybe there's a resolution. Will that be a sell-off, sell on the news, or will it be a rally? Hard to say. But keep an eye on your S&P. Same levels we pointed out before. And with this move up, you can see where the 382 is down here, below 1404. This last pivot here to this high. Let's get rid of this one so it's a little bit more obvious. We can see that we're right on the 618 right now, and we had a little bit of a tail there. When we come back and test this low, until we prove otherwise, we have higher lows. Okay, low, low, low. We break down through this, maybe a different situation. Okay, remember the 2050 EMAs. Point in time where we had, this is my stock twits page, we had the 2050 full cross, okay, the MAs, where in between these point and figure levels we have the recent pivots, these two here, and the 618, which we're just talking about a bounce area. We could see a move down to the 20 period and a move higher, or we could just move lower into the new year like we did last year and then rally out of that. So if we zoom out and look at last December, we'll remember that we had quite a rally off of these lows. We started that pivot, which created this upward sloping pattern. Alright, but we have a different situation here. We have Obama and Boehner. We have the Fed every September 14th, October 15th, was it? November 13th or 14th, and now in December we have these MBS purchases, the Fed. So keep that in mind. That tends to make the market rally. This is the September high here. Resume the MBS purchases, 40 billion and per month, and then most recent purchase that we're talking about adding 45 to it based on the unemployment rate. So looks like more liquidity coming into the market. Looking at the comp, we can see we're sitting right on the 20 period and the point and figure level. At 29.75. NASDAQ, we broke below the 50. OEX, we're sitting on the 20. Got a bull cross coming. The 50 is down sloping. Industrials in between these two, the 50 and 100. The Russell bouncing off a point and figure level, the 835 level, and the 20 period is coming up to meet price. Not looking for a whole lot to happen between now and the new year. The NYA, we had this resistance level up here that we bounced off of, and we're moving lower. US dollar, we're breaking lower. This is the one caveat, aside from Boehner and Mr. President, that could make the market move higher if we see this move lower and take out this level here. At any rate, if we move lower on Monday, Tuesday, or during this week, it could be interesting. The monthly chart, the US dollar looks somewhat bearish as well, with the 50 period price just below that, and we got a point and figure level just below, as we saw on the daily. See, we got a 3-box reversal and we're moving lower off of this level here. We had resistance up at the 81.60 level, and down sloping pattern. Okay, looking at the euro, you can see that we have resistance up higher, but we're above this point and figure level of 130 and 37. All the EMAs are pointing higher, and we have a triple top here that we're breaking above. Okay, 31.66, 31.72. So we have this high to take out. This next level up here is what is that? 132.30 on the euro. And you can see where we are with the point and figure. This would be a double top breakout if we get above this level. This would be very interesting to look at this week. Canadian dollar, the yen has been very weak. A point and figure level down here. Let's take a look at copper. We can see that we made a higher low. We have yet to make a higher high though. RSI drifting a little bit lower. And we're overbought. MACD's crossing. Going to cross in the near future, so watch the dollar. Dollar would have an impact on this as well. NASI looks like it could be peaking right here. Keep an eye on that. NIMO dipping down below the 0 line. Note we had this nice move on June. First Solar, we had a nice trade on that one. Continues to move higher. MACD's pointing higher. And stochastics is embedding, but as long as MACD continues to move higher, we could continue to embed there. I'd be keeping an eye on Tenkin. APKT, something I've been trading the last week or so, or a couple of weeks now. So something that Trader Stewie brought out. We saw some nice move here. I'm pretty much all out of it now and looking to get back in if we can get a move back down to Tenkin, because this is a bullish chart. Okay, I hope this helps. Remember to take the 2-week free trial at daytraderbootcamp.com if you haven't already. Come meet some of the traders in the room. It's a good time to start around the holidays. I'll be out in Myrtle Beach from the 25th until the 2nd of January, so I'll be monitoring via my iPad. I will not be recording any videos. Okay, take care, hope this helps, and we'll talk to you in the room.